Hey guys, check this out. That's a tomato plant, and if you are a homesteader and have a bunch of these this year, this is gonna be your year to shine. Whoever thought tomatoes would become symbols of wealth? I mean, first you had eggs a few years ago, and now it's tomatoes. Today it's tomatoes. It says tomatoes become latest symbol of America's affordability squeeze over at the Associated Press, and I'm telling you, these articles are everywhere. Every major news outlet is talking about the price increase of tomatoes across the board because Americans are feeling it. It begins like this: tomatoes, ubiquitous in everything from fast food burgers to hot cuisine, are taking on a new role beyond the plate, a nagging reminder of rising costs. Prices for those red orbs have soared more than any other food product over the past year to cement a spot as one of the consumers' headaches du jour. The tomato has become a symbol of something much deeper, says Isaac Bernal Carbajo, of New York City chef who lamented life's simplest pleasures falling victim to price increases. Something as basic as buying fresh vegetables is starting to become a serious financial decision for many families. Tomato prices are up about 40% over a year ago, 40%, according to the latest consumer price index, dwarfing increases for other groceries, including coffee, which is only up 18.5%, beef roast up 17.8%, and frozen fish and seafood up 12%, among other products that have become symbols of America's affordability squeeze. A separate inflation gauge released Thursday showed that overall prices increased 3.8% in April from a year earlier. That's a bunch of garbage. Everybody within the sound of my voice knows that prices have gone up more than 3.8% in the last year. These people, they have no idea how to do math, or they have no idea how to calculate inflation. The highest reading in nearly 3 years, it says. Alongside crop yields, experts blame price increases for tomatoes in part on two pillars of President Donald Trump's second-term policies. Yes, that's right. It's orange man bad. That's why tomatoes are happening the way they are. That's why the prices are going through the roof. Orange man bad. The Iran war and tariffs. The war spiked gas prices and increased shipping costs. Meantime, the U.S. withdrew from a deal allowing duty-free imports of tomatoes from Mexico, which grows most of America's supply. Why in the world does Mexico grow most of America's supply? I mean, I picked up tomatoes before in the supermarket and they say grown in Brazil. Why is that even possible? I know we have places in the South that can grow tomatoes in the wintertime. Why do we not grow our own tomatoes? And whatever happened to eating seasonally? I mean, can't we just be like, you know what, tomatoes, you don't get those until spring? Not to mention, everyone knows store-bought tomatoes grown in Mexico taste like paste. American tomato farmers cheered the withdrawal from the tomato deal last July, saying it would help rebuild their shrinking industry, but for consumers, it's been painful. Though the U.S. withdrew from the Mexico tomato deal in July, it took time to see the impact in the produce aisle, with more imports in late winter and early spring. Sorry, my son was over there cutting grass at the exact moment I'm trying to record a video. Hey, at least he's doing something, right? Tariffs are undeniably a big driver of the price inflation, says Brett Massimino, a Virginia Commonwealth University business professor. Oh, he's from a university. Because the U.S. relies on Mexico for the majority of its tomato supply, any changes in trade policy can have a large impact. U.S. tariffs collected on tomatoes ballooned from just $16,000 in 2024 to nearly $4.6 million, according to federal data, a staggering 27,000% increase. As the cost trickles down, outraged shoppers have pulled out their phones in the produce aisle, shooting videos lamenting costs they have, say, quadrupled, with some vowing to plant a garden, oh, you think? To avoid prices of up to $8 a pound, but the impact has been most pronounced for businesses that rely on tomatoes as a key ingredient in their kitchens. Margin Edge, which tracks prices for restaurants, says grape tomatoes have increased the most, 65% in just a month. But prices have gone up across all types of tomatoes. Wayne Humphrey, a chief operating officer of Snarfs, which operates dozens of stores in Colorado, Missouri, and Texas, said cases of tomatoes went from costing him $27 to $93 in the space of a year. Oh, he decided to stop mowing. Thank you! This piled on top of other rising expenses for other ingredients, including bread, beef, and as well as increased labor cost. Again, this is inflation. It's not price gouging. That is the main focus of why all these prices are going up. It's inflation. It's not just, it's the prices of everything. It's the prices of labor. Yes, it's the price of gas. It's the price of the transportation and all these things. It's the price of everything is going up. Electricity for the stores, electricity for the warehouses. Everything is going up because of inflation. You know, the big thing about the $250 bill that was coming up was not, I don't care that Donald Trump is on the bill. I think he's one of the best presidents we've had in my lifetime. I don't agree with him on everything, but the $250, the big news is not the fact that he's on the bill. It's the fact that there's now a there will be a $250 bill. Guys, that's it. That's what happens. Today there's a $250 bill. Tomorrow there'll be a $500 bill. Then after that there'll be a $1,000 bill and a $2,000 bill and a $50,000 bill. It just keeps going on from there. Do you think that they got to the Zimbabwe $100 trillion bill overnight? No, they worked their way up. That's exactly what's happening right now. We've taken away the penny, the nickel is on the way out. This is the result of inflation that leads to hyperinflation. Here's the deal. If you want to grow tomatoes, I think you should do that. It's a fantastic time to grow tomatoes. Besides, everyone knows the tomatoes in the store are not that great anyway. They're tasteless, they're bland. Everyone knows a garden tomato is far, far superior when it comes to flavor and pretty much everything else. So grow some tomatoes this year, sell them at your farmer's market. You're probably going to be able to sell them, still make money. This is one of the rare times you'll be able to make money at a farmer's market, and you're going to be able to outcompete those at Walmart and all the other places that sell these things at higher prices because they have no choice but to sell them at higher prices. So this is going to be the fantastic time for these, you know, backyard gardeners and farmers market people that normally doesn't come around very often. Also keep in mind, if you're a new gardener, these things take time. I've done videos before on this in the past. You just don't throw seeds in the ground and then things just pop up.
These are called farms. Humans will put seeds in the ground, pour water on them, and they grow food like pizza.
It takes time to learn how to actually grow these things. They just don't grow, you know, overnight with no problems. You have to learn about insect issues, fungus issues, you know, soil issues, all kinds of issues that just take time and education and wisdom and experience. But there's never a bad time to start learning these things. So if you want to, I say yes, grow some tomato plants, grow a lot of tomato plants. I try to grow about 50 to 60 tomato plants every year, along with pepper plants, onions, all kinds of things that I can use to make salsa. Basil, cilantro, all of that is growing right now in my garden. So I highly recommend if you can do that, this is the year. As inflation becomes more and more of an issue, and it will, understand that everything you grow, it's like printing your own money. So go out there and grow something. What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts below. Also, a real quick mention, and I'll mention this later on in the weeks coming, but my favorite coffee producer, which is Shepherd's Crook, linked down below. I don't get any business from, I don't get any kickbacks from them. I have my own subscription that I buy every single month. And so they are moving to a new shopping cart system. I think it's over at Shopify. And if you are a customer of Shepherd's Crook, you're gonna have to go and re-register your subscription, and this will allow you to change your subscription whenever you want. So they're dropping their old system at their website and starting a new one at Shopify. It's gonna be a lot more convenient. They are a 1% coffee company. That means they are specialty grade. If you didn't know, there's different grades of coffee, just like there's grades of beef, right? So they are specialty grade. They're the top of the top of the top when it comes to organic coffees. So if you want to check out a really good coffee company that's here in the Ozarks, I started supporting them years ago. You can find the link down below. You get discounts on your first order and then other orders so too. You can find all that information down below when you sign up. Also, Sanctified Supply. Stupid should hurt. They're getting rid of all their inventory. Now is the best time to go over there. I think you get 50% discount on all of their merchandise. Sanctified Supply, especially the Stupid Should Hurt shirt, which has been my best-selling shirt of all time. If you've ever wanted to wear a shirt out in public and get a whole bunch of people that come up to you and be like, hey, that is an awesome shirt. Where'd you get it? That's what's going to happen to you when you wear this shirt out in public, because everyone knows this is true. Stupid should hurt, and we have way more stupid in this world because we don't have enough hurt. If we had more hurt in this world, we have an awful lot less very expensive tomatoes. Leave your thoughts below. Leave a like before you go. Subscribe if you haven't been already, and I'll see you next time on American Homestead. Bye. Have you ever gone to a health food store and seen all those small bottles of probiotics in your cooler section? Man, can they be pricey. Are you really getting all you need to improve your gut health from those expensive bottles? How viable are they? Most of those products claim to give you between 8 and 15 strains of gut-healthy healing bacteria. Think of each strain of bacteria as a different factory in your gut. Each factory is responsible for breaking down that food in its own way. The more factories you have, the more the food is broken down and the easier the food is absorbed and digested by the body. A 2018 study published by the National Library of Medicine shows that one fermented head of cabbage can produce up to 114 strains of beneficial bacteria. That's a lot more food factories than you're getting from that expensive pill bottle. And that's just cabbage. Imagine the probiotics when you add garlic, onions, pepper, and more to that ferment. PerfectPickler.com and its home fermentation kits provide you with everything you need to get started making your own gut-healthy food factories from the comfort of your own kitchen. PerfectPickler.com even provides a jam-packed recipe book with many of our kits. Visit PerfectPickler.com and start fermenting your own veggies to begin your journey to better gut health. That's PerfectPickler.com. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.